Hello everybody and welcome back to Chellington Farm. In the previous episode we harvested this carrot field with the exception of the headland, just a very narrow slither which wasn't done because they weren't ready, and they still aren't ready. By the way, the rain which we were expecting in the previous video did start just after I finished recording, so we were very lucky to get it all done. Anyway, we're going to take the opportunity of this lovely weather which we're currently having to cut field number 2. Field number 2 is our alfalfa field, and it'll be great to get another cut off it this year because it is just sat there really. And if we don't go for it, if we don't cut it, it's going to be wasted. So into a suitable tractor, I think the Fendt is going to be the most suitable here. Oh yes, of course, that needs to be... Let me just continue the course for this one. It's putting clover in the ground. No fill type selected. I have no idea why it's doing that, probably something really obvious, but since it's almost finished, I'll get this finished myself, we'll get it completed, and then we can move on to the alfalfa. And when I say move on, I really do mean move on quickly, because we are looking to make some alfalfa hay, and with it being the autumn, it's not always the best weather anyway, and the drying potential you wouldn't expect to be that good, but actually, on this one-off occasion, look at that. This afternoon is brilliant. So we need to have it all cut, all ready to dry. We might even be able to windrow it. Oh no, sorry, ted it today. Not windrow it. We're going to windrow it when it's all dry. But we can't let it rain onto the dry alfalfa because it's just going to rot away. And I'm pretty sure, even if it doesn't rain and we rest overnight, it still disappears a bit. So... basically, as soon as it is ready to be picked up, we need to pick it up. I'm planning on getting probably some Heston bales, Heston hay bales. That would be good. And this is initially for the sheep, but long term, maybe for the cows as well. I still don't know if we're actually going to have cows on this map. Well, when I say cows on this map, I mean cows on this farm. Because I'm looking to get the other farm, maybe even today, Autumnwood Farm, and that is a cow farm as well. So we don't need two. We may even eventually sell the starting off farm and just totally move to a different part of the map. Because we have been here before many times, on 15 and 17, and as lovely as it is, it's also nice to explore and try out some different areas. So today may well be our final day here, although that's probably sounding a bit too extreme, since I think we still have some fermented alfalfa in the pit. We wouldn't be so silly as to sell the farm with that in there. We need to make the money. So yeah, the clover's almost finished. We should just about have enough seed. It's turned out really well. And this drill wasn't full when we started drilling. This whole field has been done on about 40% of a hopper load. Clover seems to go a very long way. Right, so I'm just going to spin around, go back down, then we'll pack things up, take it back to the farm, we'll then return the tractor, because it isn't mine, it's just on demo, and then we'll get the mower going. But I think the clover is going to be very useful also for the sheep. It's so nice to have different crop types instead of just doing grass over and over again. That's why the alfalfa is good, but we've actually done alfalfa quite a bit now over the past year. Clover I have never done. Okay, so I'll sort things out and I'll see you in a second. thought something different, we'll go for the Chrome Big M. Although, I think the other mowers are probably a very similar size. We are obviously going for wide spreading because we need to get this drying out really quickly. I just hope that we can dry it out in time. If we can't do, then it's not the end of the world, because we can still collect it up and we can ferment it or just keep it as alfalfa, but I don't think the sheep are going to want to eat that much. Like an entire field's worth of alfalfa. It's ideally going to have to be dried out so that we can store it over winter. And there are other crops which are required for the sheep in the winter, but sadly we're not going to be able to get them all this year. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm actually taking up a piece of the grass headland, which is frustrating. Try my best not to. And I think once this is done, we'll just go straight in with the tedder, get things going. And we're almost finished. Yeah, I suppose that's the other thing you need to take into account, the actual speed that you can cut at. This one is pretty fast, at 15 miles per hour. And we also have the engine power as well, which is pretty high, keeps us going. And you can see the yield map. You can only see it on the small screen, unless you go onto the main page. Pretty good, not bad yield at all. Strange that the headland is higher yielding. There must be a reason for it. I must have done something, but I'm not too sure what. That is weird. Anyway, yes, we're almost there. Just got to go back for that tiny piece which I missed, and then we will get the tedder and start the drying process. At least I think we have to ted it straight away. Well, you wouldn't do it straight away, but we are going to, because I think the system likes you to ted it at least once, maybe twice, because yeah, the sun is going to do most of the work. Very good sun. The thing which does the most work is free to run. It's the free sun, which I guess is why solar is so good. Solar power, free power from the sun. Wind is good as well, but obviously great big wind turbines are not quite the same as silent solar panels. And we're not going to take this back to the store just yet, because we do have it for, well, we have the initial hour and we have it for the day, and I do actually have the grass fields cut, so I think it'd be wasteful to take it back straight away, because we can whiz around the grass field really quickly with that. We do also have another small mower, but I think, well, we don't need it if we're going to be using the big Chrome Big M. So into the T4. I think the T4 is quite capable of running the tedder, and yeah, let's just go and find there it is, right next to me. Yeah, because we have such a huge tedder, which again is leased, it won't take long. Nice, quick and easy job. Yeah, so as you can see, we still have a huge pit of fermented alfalfa. It would be good to actually load some of that up today, get it taken over to the BGA. In fact, once we have tedded this, there's not much we can do until the sun has done a bit more work. So this is the priority. Right, let's get a beast unfolded. And it's actually, I think, wider than the mower, so depending on what speed we can actually do with it. If I put it on the Fendt, we might have been able to go faster. Does it change the texture colour? Yes, it does. So that just pretty much confirms that we do have to do this initial tedding session. 11 miles per hour, so we are going slower than the mower, but like I said, I think it's a bit wider, so probably it's going to end up being about the same amount of time. It only took 10 minutes to cut the field, which I think is quite impressive. So yeah, probably 10 to 12 minutes to ted it as well. And then we can just leave it, and then we can move on to selling some of the alfalfa, some of the fermented alfalfa. But I think there's no better way to tackle the job than to time-lapse it. So I will see you when it's done. And I think it's probably going to be in about 40 seconds time. Okay, so we're just finishing off the field. As I said, it was fast, it was easy. Now I have just been reading the comments from the most recent multiplayer video we did, and a lot of people saying they don't like the way that we're doing it. Like, they prefer the competitive way, despite doing the vote, and the majority of the voters went for the co-op play style. So I don't really know what to do. It seems like I can't win. Yeah. Do I run another vote? Do we change maps? Let me know. What do you want me to do? Because that's why I do the votes, to see what most viewers want, and then now they don't want it. So yeah, anyway. If you can suggest another map, then please do. Is it the map? I don't think it is, because it's a very good map. It seems to just be, maybe it's too easy. Maybe we have too much starting off money, not too sure. As for this map, yeah, I get the same, well, similar comments. So I don't know if it's just the way that I'm doing. Maybe we just have too much stuff. Maybe we start off with far too much machinery. But my plan with this series is to sell for number 1, which is worth 600 and something £1,000. And then, like I said, we're going to hopefully move to Autumnwood Farm, maybe even today, and then from there we can build things up again. But I'm not really tempted to give money back, because actually one way of getting rid of money, if that's what people want me to do, is just to buy the stuff that we're currently leasing. Maybe we could just scrap the leasing idea. So no more leasing. I have to buy everything. But then obviously we'll be able to buy used, so still quite beneficial. There's something that needs to be tweaked on both the multiplayer series and this series. But it's not that obvious as to what it is. Like, competitive multiplayer was fine. I think nearly everybody was in agreement with the style. And survival challenge, that's fine. Don't really see many negative comments. And survival roleplay is just, well, it's popular, but it's pretty tough to keep going with, because it's been going for so long. So I don't know. Need a bit of, well, I think I need a break. To be honest, that's the biggest thing. Anyway, let's put this over here. We can leave the alfalfa to dry out. There we go. And we need to get that lorry back from the field. Yeah, the trees aren't growing yet. So I think probably 1 load of alfalfa get it tipped into the BGA. Actually, no, we can probably do 2 loads now because we've found that back way. Many people suggested going the back way, despite going over the neighbour's land. Although we can afford the neighbour's land, maybe we should buy it now. Because if we're selling for number 1, we'll be able to replace that with loads of different fields. I think that would be the best thing to do. Yeah, we'll buy that backfield so that we can legally take the shortcut. Park this just here, get it filled up twice. What's the capacity? About 48,000 litres. It won't make much of an impact on the pit, I don't think. Full level silage 0? How does that work? Hope it hasn't rotted because I left it out. Interesting. Okay, well when I dump this bucket load we'll soon find out if it's just a glitch with the writing there. Oh no. What am I doing? They've changed things. I updated. I have to go into advanced settings. Yeah, so the question is, will it fill the bucket again? I'm thinking it will do. Good. Yeah, don't know why it's showing 0. Still, doesn't matter, because it is all still there. This high capacity buy-a-butts bucket is so useful. I have been using it for years, but there is a reason for that. When something is good, you just stick with it. Yeah, it's not many bucket loads to a trailer load. So I just did this one very quickly in real time, and then we'll go over to buy the field. Not too sure if we're going to sell for number 1 today. I think probably the next episode. In the next episode we will sell it and we'll buy Autumnwood Farm, and we can really change things around then. We may sell this farm. I think the next episode is going to be quite interesting. Really big changes. Probably shouldn't boom out until we're actually over it. We did get a lot. All that alfalfa from one field. I think that is the good thing about the alfalfa. As quite a few viewers have mentioned, you don't have to keep spreading fertiliser onto it. It's a very easy crop to look after, and most importantly, it regrows. It's a very good one to go for. I'm not too sure if it yields higher than grass, but it does seem to. Okay, well I think, if anything, one more bucket load, and then we'll be ready to go. Get the money out of the pocket. Hand over quite a bit of money. Fields don't come cheap. Good JCB this. If I didn't have it on this series, it would certainly be on Survivor Roleplay. Right, there we go. A full load. $48,000 litres, as suspected. But yeah, as I said, please do post down below any suggestions, recommendations, things you'd like to see in the series. Because I just sort of keep going with this. I go off on a tangent. If you want to see something in particular, then it would be great to hear from you. Because after all, I can't read minds. It's unfortunate, but I can't. So yeah, I'll just keep going doing what I'm doing unless I see other recommendations. Other suggestions. So this field which we're going to be buying is the one just over there. You actually do go over the bridge, but you don't go under the other bridge. And it is a great cut through. Boat. So we won't enter the field until we own it. I don't think it comes in a block. I think it is just 118 on its own. Yep. It's £145,000, which, as I said, isn't an issue because we're going to be selling field number 1. So actually, we have loads of money. But it might be a good idea to put a track in here. We would cut the grass first, but maybe if we put a track, I'd say on the inside, past the river, and then over to the other gate, which is the back gate to the BGA. Yeah, great shortcut. It also comes with some abandoned buildings. So whilst that is tipping, I'm just going to have a quick look at the abandoned buildings to see what we have got for our money. Obviously we have plenty of grass. That's obvious. Potential for redevelopment. A shed. Oh, of course we're not playing survival roleplay. I don't need to roleplay. Oh, look at that. It's one of those things that you see in India. And we have an old vintage tractor. Nice. Isn't it a tuk-tuk or a rickshaw or something? I'm not an expert on these sort of things. Anyway, yeah, impressive. So the money won't come in for this until midnight, obviously. Let's go back over to the farm. We'll fill the trailer up again, we'll get another load tipped, and then, well, probably in the next episode we'll empty the entire pit. We're not far off emptying it after this next load. And then from there we'll decide whether or not we're going to be selling the farm. But if we are, we're going to have to transfer the sheep to the new farm. And there we go. We're just got to go back up here. Then we're entering the back way. And that is so much faster than going all the way round past the shop. And there we go. So we're going to leave it there. As I said, we'll finish off that job next time, and we'll hopefully be sorting out the alfalfa hay, making some hay bales. But that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now.